So today's Wednesday, October 15th. I ended up taking three trades today. One was a win, one was a loss, and one was a break even. I barely finished today positive. So let's go over all the trades I took today. So this right here was 9:30 market open. We kind of pushed down, had another push down, and we inverted this gap. I took this long right here. It was a 1 minute. We had an S&T at the lows compared to ES. And for what we were rejecting out of, we were rejecting out of both a 5 and a 15-minute gap. Because look, this is at the point I took the trade, right? We swept out this low right here, and this is inside of this 5-minute gap. So sweeping out a low inside of a gap is a great place to reject off of. And it's the same story on the 15-minute, right? 15-minute gap right here, rejecting out of there. So I see we're rejecting out of a 5 and a 15-minute gap. We put it in S&T at the low, and we have a pretty immediate inversion. But for this one right here, I actually ended up getting stopped at break even. I saw at this point in time, when this push up happened, ES took this internal high. So I didn't want to take the chance that S&T could hold. I won't break even. Got stopped at break even almost instantly, but it did save me from taking that loss. From there, price pretty much just consolidated, did some stupid stuff right here. I was considering taking this this long. This is the 1 minute gap. There's I believe there's a 2 minute here too, right? So I was considering taking a version of this, but I really didn't like it. For some reason, I felt like we just kept sweeping these lows, and if we were going to go up, we wouldn't resweep it that many times. So I eventually decided that I was wrong. We are being bullish right now, right? Because see, we're just pushing up, up, up. And this right here is previous day high. So once we took our previous day high, I thought, we're eventually going to need some form of retracement, right? So we opened up this unfilled 5-minute gap, right here. So at this point in time, I went to the 30-second chart, and I looked at the highest time frame gap separating us from that gap, the unfilled 5-minute gap. So it was this gap right here. So we had this candle right here that closed below that gap. I set a limit when we came back to 1-to-1, and I was targeting that unfilled 5-minute gap, right? So we never got that. So we did stop me out. That's fine, right? So we kept going up. So we now actually opened up an unfilled 15-minute gap at this point, right? Because you can see I have marked out, this is the unfilled 15 right above that unfilled 5. So on the 1-minute time frame now, we had a 1-minute gap open up, which was right here. This is the highest time frame gap separating us from this unfilled 15-minute gap right here. Once this candle closed through here, inverting this, and trust me, I know this is not the highest probability inversion. In my mind, I was really confident that we had to rebalance this unfilled 15-minute gap down here. It's the only reason I took this. So once we closed through here, I waited for a retracement at 1-to-1. So I'll put my long or short tool just to illustrate it to you. But so I pretty much put my stop all the way at that external high, and then I put my TP at that unfilled 15-minute gap right there. So that was the trade I took. So I took it on my 3 Alpha Futures accounts, right? So you can see I'm up $133, leader +2, qualified accounts, right? So that was the trade I took today.